Please join me on the mat or the carpet or wherever you are. Let's take a moment to begin today just by pausing. So, finding a position that's comfortable for you to sit. You might have a little support under your hips if that's helpful. Adjusting yourself so that you can be relaxed and your spine be upright. Please invite your eyes to close and take a few deep, full breaths. Feel inhales flow into exhales, which flow back into inhales. And now allow your breath to return to whatever is its natural rhythm. And see if you can sink your awareness in an instant into your pelvis. Feel the heaviness there, relaxing through the pelvis. See if you can open that awareness to feel all of you. Can you feel relaxed and present? Sometimes it's helpful to consciously set the intention or give yourself permission to be here now. This might be the only time in your day that you designate for yourself, for self-care. So give yourself permission to be here for it. And resist the temptation to use these quiet moments to cultivate your to-do list or figure other things out. See if you can hold your focus here just for this 45 minutes. You might bring just a little bit of compassion and warmth to your physical body by softening around your eyes, maybe bringing just a gentle smile to your eyes. And even a slight but real smile to your lips. And now gently opening your eyes. Let's start with some warm-up. Let's all put our left shin in front of our right in a crisscross applesauce position. Take out anything that's under your hips. And here we go. As we inhale, chest comes forward. Exhale, we rock back on the sacrum. Inhaling, shoulder blades together. Exhaling, elbows straight, shoulder blades wide. 2 more times. Inhale and exhale, chin to chest. Last one. Inhaling, pulling on the knees to come forward, and exhaling. Come all the way forward in an inhale, and then let's reverse direction. As we exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, chest forward. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Last one. Exhale. Inhale forward. Oh, we're going to do one more for fun. Exhale. And inhale forward, coming all the way up onto your sit bones. Let's do some seated cat-cows. So as we inhale, pulling on the knees, lift the chest, release the shoulder blades down. As you exhale, rock back onto your sacrum, chin to chest, elbows are straight, sort of hanging in this hammock here. Inhaling, pulling on the knees, lift the chest, gentle gaze up. Exhale, chin to chest, rocking back. Inhale. And exhale. One breath, one movement here. Inhale. You might start to cultivate your Ujjayi breath. Exhale. And we'll end with a big full inhale here. And then exhale back to center. Just lift and lower your shoulders here. Just let them drop. Lifting up toward your ears and then release. And release. And release. Just keep doing those. Minna once told me she was in a class that the instructor had him do this for like 10 minutes. And she was like, but you know what? My shoulders felt a lot better that day. So we're just going to do a couple. All right. Ha. Shaking out your hands. This is a nice way to release tension, especially if you're on electronics a lot and typing a lot. Okay. So let's put our right shin in front of our left now. From here, my right hand out to the right side. Left hand reaches up. I'm going to reach over and do just a little bit of a side stretch here. So keeping my left hip down. I don't want to dump weight into this right hand here. So maybe I'm on my tented fingers. I'm really thinking about lifting up out of this left hip here. Take a few deep breaths. And then inhale, come up. Let's exhale out the mouth. Right hand up, right hip stays down, left fingertips gently here. Over to the left we go. Don't forget to breathe. Reaching away from that right hip. I have been, I don't know what you all are doing at your quarantine experience, but I've been going through my clothes. I bet I have 30 pairs of tights. And then it occurred to me, my class sees me wear about 7 pairs. Okay, we're going to exhale here. Inhale, come up. Exhale out the mouth. Left hand on the right knee, right fingertips by the right hip. Sit up nice and tall. Gentle twist to the right. Shoulders are soft. Think about a tall spine here as we twist to the right. The last thing to twist is the head. Soft through the shoulders. Keep breathing. So I've been looking for ways to release the stuff I don't need. And then I also think to myself, how do I end up with all this junk? So I'm also looking at that. It's a work in progress. Okay, inhale, come through center. Right hand on the left knee, left fingertips by the left hip. First, we sit up tall, shoulders away from the ears. We're going to twist over to the left, shoulders relaxed. I'm feeling my way through this here. Just feeling this movement through my spine. Soft through the shoulders, relax through the jaw. Again, you might bring that nice smile of kindness, of self-compassion, just to your face. Just soften your face here. And then gently coming back to center, we're going to come onto our hands and knees for some cat-cows. Okay, so wrists under shoulders, knees under, hips curling the toes under. As we inhale, the pelvis spills forward, shoulder blades move down the back. As we exhale, draw the belly in, tuck the tailbone under, chin to chest. Inhale, pelvis spills forward, traction the heels of the hands toward the knees here. And as you exhale, pressing strongly into the palms, feel the shoulder blades go wide. And from there, release the hips over the heels. So we're holding that arch as we come forward. Keep both of your palms grounded while you do that. I'm just trying to keep my mic out of the way. Inhale brings us forward. Exhale, we're rounding, pressing into the palms, hips over heels. One more time. Inhale and exhale, finding that Halloween cat-like arch, holding that, keep pressing into the hands, hips over heels, chin toward the chest. And then inhale back to a neutral position. Toes are already curled. Let's press into the palms and hover the knees here. Taking a moment to find the pelvic brace. Starting with the pelvic floor, draw up and in, gently belly button toward the spine. That's our pelvic brace. Just finding it, maybe waking it up here. And then we're going to release the hips toward the heels. So we're sort of in a crouched position here. Heels are still lifted. And now gently releasing the heels toward the mat. Maybe extending the knees, remembering we don't ever need to get to knees fully extended. Our gaze is back at a place on the mat between the toes here. So we're looking back at our feet, not forward between our palms. All right. Just take a moment here in this down dog, right? Just notice how your head feels, how you're doing with an inversion. Maybe sometimes I like to rock onto the outsides and insides of my feet. Or just come up onto the toes and then release the heels back. Sometimes I pedal one heel back and then the other. Just nice, easy movements here. Take a big full breath in, and as you exhale, sink the hips back. See if you can drop your torso between your arms here. So that also feels like your biceps move past behind your ears just a little bit further. And then let's walk our feet gently toward our hands. Feet are nice and wide, soft through the knees, coming into ragdoll. So you're looking between the knees here or between the calves. Take hold of opposite elbows. Knees are soft here. Just a gentle rock, left to right, maybe sort of a sway. Just nice and easy. All right, coming back to center, find your pelvic brace here in this position, pressing into the feet. Let your arms be heavy as you roll up gently to a nice standing position. Okay, so from here, I'm going to turn so you can see me, but you might stay facing where you are. Let's walk our toes, our feet together, so like the base of the big toes are just kissing. And we're going to ground through our feet. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. And take hold with your right hand of your left wrist here. And we're going to just gently invite the hips to go over to the left, and we're going to reach, and almost as if with our right hand, we're pulling that left wrist over past midline. Find your pelvic brace here. Keep the neck strong. And then inhale, come back to center. Let's switch. So we're going to take the left wrist, take hold of the left hand, take hold of the right wrist, and then over toward the left. Draw the belly in, find your pelvic brace. Just a nice, easy side stretch here. All right, come on back up. Take a big breath in. We're going to let it out the mouth as we release the arms. Okay, here we are, still facing forward. Let's go ahead and come into a standing balance stretch. So shift your weight over to your right. Pick up your left foot. See if you can take hold of that left foot here. So I want to be mindful as I pivot toward you that I want my pelvis level here. So I don't want to jet my left hip out. I want to be strong, so I'm pressing into the right. My right hip. Oh boy. So here we go. I've got my left foot. My right hip is level, so I'm pressing into the sole of my right foot here. So my right hip isn't out, but it's under my right shoulder. Think about lifting up through your sternum here. So while I'm doing all that, I'm pulling this left heel up toward my bum. And you could grab hold of furniture if you needed. So standing up nice and tall here. So this is another thing you want to be mindful of, is from the side, this might be easier to see, is I don't want my knee forward. I want my thighs parallel. I also don't want it back here. I want my thighs to be parallel as I pull this heel up. You might spread the toes on that left foot. And then we're just going to release that mindfully. See if you can look forward. Yeah, that right hip's doing lots of work. We're going to place the left foot down, pour the weight into the left, pick up the right foot, and then bend that right knee. Catch hold of the top of the right foot. And again, come back immediately to your alignment. So feel the sole of the left foot on the mat. Full foot contact there. And then work your way up. So notice, is that left hip jetted out to the side? We want it under us. You might find that pelvic brace and have a sense of lifting your rib cage away from your pelvis here. I'm also still pulling that right heel toward my bum. So I'm soft through my shoulders. Taking a few deep breaths here. Whoa, okay. All right. So from here, again, with my gaze forward, I'm going to release the right foot, place it on the mat, and pour my weight so it's 50% on each side. Soften through my shoulders. See if you can relax your quadriceps and just check in. Like, how do your legs feel? How do your hips feel here? Okay, with your gaze still gently forward, shift your weight over toward the right and, over toward the left. And then we're going to pick up the right foot. And this time we're going to lift the right knee up so that the thigh parallel to the ground. So same thing, feel the sole of the left foot, this left hip under the left shoulder. Don't let it jet out to the side. Be strong there. Finding your pelvic brace. I'm lifted, my ribs away from my pelvis. So your hands could be at heart center here. They could be out for some balance. We're going to go from here. We're going to hinge over that left leg and charge the right heel back. Right toes pointing down toward the mat. So maybe you're able to pivot forward enough that your torso parallel to the ground. Doesn't matter if that's the case. We want the left knee straight, but a little bit of a micro bend there in the knee. Again, arms might be out to the side for balance. If you're looking for a challenge, you might also have your arms up overhead. Find lots of length from the crown of the head all the way to the right heel. Okay, now we're going to start to come on out. Keep working with that left leg as we swing the right knee back through center into our starting position. Adjust the posture so that the chest is lifted. And then with gaze forward, we're mindfully going to place the right foot down, shift the weight, pour the weight into the right, and we're going to pick up the left knee. I like to flex that left foot. Feel the entire sole of the right foot on the mat. Right hip under right shoulder. From here, we're going to begin to pivot. So left leg swings through. Again, you could have hold of the wall or the couch if you needed that. No need for that left leg to get all the way straight, but maybe that's what we're working toward. Right knee has a micro bend in it. We're pressing the left heel away here. Left toes point down. I have my pelvic brace engaged. Shoulders are soft. I might have my arms out in an airplane position or maybe overhead. Pressing into that right foot. Take a few more breaths here. And then let's start to come on out. That maybe wasn't a few breaths, but here we go. Coming out nice and slow, just like we came in, lifting that left knee back to center. Find balance here. See if you can even find relief even before we put the foot down. And then we mindfully want to place the left foot down, come back to center. Allow your eyes to close and just check in with the lower half of your body, from your waist to your feet. Just notice how you feel. Take a breath or two. Okay, I'm going to turn so you can see this next. Please open eyes if they're not already. I'm going to show this. We're going to do a little bit of a stretch and a balance. So we're going to shift our weight over to the left. We're going to pick up the right knee again. And this time we're going to cross the right ankle on top of the left knee. This might be familiar. We do this figure 4 stretch on the floor. But from here, now left hand on the sole of that right foot, right hand on the right knee. I'm going to stick my bum out and just gently bend into that left knee. So again, if you need to hold something for balance here, you can, right? You can hold for balance, or maybe you're just holding on to the sole of the left foot, the right foot and the right knee. So I'm soft through my shoulders here. Again, can you find some ease? Can you find the place where the stretch comes into the right hip? Let's go ahead and come on up. We'll place that right foot down. Let's do the other side. So shifting weight into the right, picking up the left, cross the left ankle over the right knee. We're going to just take hold, right hand, sole of left foot, left hand, left knee, and then hips back. If there's any discomfort in this left knee, you might flex the left foot just a little bit more. See if you can adjust that position to help. Shoulders away from ears. Taking a few more deep breaths. And then we're going to go ahead and come on up. Coming back to our standing position. If you have any amount of lightheadedness, you might just bend your knees a little bit. Take a breath or two here. Hopefully you're still starting your morning with water. Okay, so let's do a few rounds of sun salutation A here. So from our tall mountain pose, we exhale, arms to the sides. Inhale, reach the arms up and overhead, soft through the knees as we exhale, hinge from the hips, release the head, neck, and shoulders. Fingertips to shins, inhale, pelvic brace, lift halfway, exhale, forward fold. On the inhale, bend the knees to ground the palms, step back to plank. Press into the palms here. Fill the space between the shoulder blades. The glutes are engaged. The head is lifted. And we're gazing on the mat, sort of at a place in between the hands here. From here, press into the toes. Shift forward. Elbows alongside the torso as you lower all the way to the mat. Release the toes. Inhale, pressing gently into the tops of the feet. Peel yourself up here into low cobra. Exhale, release down. Inhale, again, gently pressing into the tops of the feet, finding the pelvic brace, shoulder blades down the back as you lift. Exhale, release. One more time. Inhale to rise up. Exhale to release down. On this inhale, curl the toes, lift the knees, find your pelvic brace. As you exhale, press into the palms, back through plank, find downward facing dog. Gaze is at a place between the feet here on your mat. At the end of this exhale, bend the knees, look between the palms, and on an inhale, step or walk the feet to the hands, fingertips to shins. On that same inhale, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up. And exhale, hands to the sides. Inhale, sweep the arms up and overhead. Exhale, soft through the knees, hinge from the hips, release the head, neck, and shoulders. Fingertips to shins. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, release. Inhale, ground the palms, step the other foot back to plank. Again, pressing into the palms, gently engaging the glutes here, lifting through the lower belly. The neck is relaxed, but lifted, so we're not letting our head hang. As you inhale, shift the weight forward, so press into the toes, shift over the fingertips, elbows alongside the body to lower all the way to the mat, release the toes. On an inhale, this time engaging the glutes, you might begin to press into the palms. You'll know if this isn't the right thing for you, because your body will tell you, please listen to that voice. You're always welcome to come back to low cobra. Take a few deep breaths. Release your shoulders away from your ears, especially if you're lifted here. Be mindful of where your shoulders are. One more breath in. Exhale to lower. Inhale, curl the toes, lift the knees, engage the pelvic brace. Exhale, press through the palms. Downward facing dog. Just for fun here, lower the knees. Let's come into dolphin. So forearms parallel, palms face down. Remember, you can also spin your palms onto the knife edge of your, if that's more comfortable for your shoulders. And then with toes still curled under, lift the knees here. So we're essentially in our downward facing dog, but from our forearms. So keep pushing the ground away. Your elbows, you're pressing your elbows down. And just take a few breaths here, strong through the shoulders. And then we're gently going to lower the knees to the mat, come back up onto the palms, step the feet to the hands, fingertips to shins. Inhale, lengthen flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up. And then exhale, hands to the sides. Let's move into Sun Salutation B. So with arms at our sides, we're just going to come into a low squat. And then inhale, lift the arms up overhead. So just building our alignment here, tuning into the soles of the feet, knees over ankles. We have our pelvic brace engaged. We're smiling. One more breath in. Exhale, fingertips to the mat. Extend through the knees. Release the back of the head. Fingertips to shins. Inhale, lengthen to a flat back, pelvic brace. Exhale, forward fold. On an inhale, step back to plank. As you exhale, shift the weight forward, lower all the way to the mat. Inhale helps us to rise up. As you exhale, release. Inhale, curl the toes, lift the knees. Exhale, downward facing dog pose. Spin the left heel toward the center of the mat so it's at a 45 degree. On an inhale, step the right foot inside the right hand and come up. Warrior one. Exhale here. One more full inhale. As we exhale, ground the palms, step back to plank and lower all the way to the mat on your exhale. Release the toes. Inhale, find a back bend of your choice. Remember, pressing into the palms is optional. We're going to exhale to release down. Inhale, curl the toes, lift the knees, find your pelvic brace. Exhale, downward facing dog. Spin the right heel toward the center of the mat. On an inhale, step the left foot inside the left hand and come all the way up. Warrior one. One more breath in. As we exhale, pop the right heel up, step back to plank and lower, all on your exhale. Release the toes. Inhale, find a back bend. Exhale, release. Inhale, curl the toes, lift the knees. Exhale, pelvic floor engaged. Find downward facing dog. At the end of an exhale, bend the knees, look between the palms. On an inhale, step the feet to the hands, fingertips to shins, and lengthen to a flat back. Exhale, forward fold. As you inhale, hips over heels, sweep the arms overhead, coming into chair pose. Exhale to sink the hips. Inhale, come all the way up. And exhale, palms to heart center. Soften the shoulders away from the ears. Close the eyes, just pause. Gently opening the eyes. Let's go ahead and come to our mat or the floor. And we're going to do a few bridges. So feet are flat. You might go ahead and roll your way down onto the mat, moving any ponytail or hair that might be in the way. Okay, walking the heels toward the bum. Remember, feet parallel here. No ducks, no pigeons. I'm going to find my pelvic brace, and on an inhale, press into the feet as I float my pelvis up. So feel the weight come into the backs of your shoulders, sort of your upper back. The neck is relaxed here, especially as we start. It should have the sense of your knees moving over your toes. So engaging the glutes as much as you need here. Take a few easeful breaths. We're strengthening this back body that's so important. One more breath in, and as we exhale, roll down the spine. So feel that middle back touch, tuck the tailbone under so the lower back can touch the mat. So your glutes are squeezed here. And then finally release the glutes. Allow your sacrum and your pelvis to touch the mat. Take a breath or two. Soft jaw. Okay, walk your heels a little bit closer to your bum. Inhale here. As you exhale, press into the feet. Again, floating the pelvis up. This time you might walk your shoulder blades together. Either you could interlace your hands under your pelvis, or you could simply press into your elbows here, like with arms bent, sort of like Barbie doll arms. So pressing into the elbows to help lift through the sternum here. See if you can feel the arch move up your back into your middle back. Be mindful that your knees aren't splaying out to the side, so we still want to have a sense of knees tracking over toes here. Again, engaging your glutes as much as you need. One more breath in as you exhale, gently lowering down. Shoulder blades going wide, rolling down the spine. When the pelvis is finally rested, extend one leg long and then the other. Release the arms to the sides. And just widen your awareness to your whole body. Noticing if you can be with what is right now. Come back to your breath, feeling the rise and the fall. Just allowing the in-breath and the out-breath to find its own rhythm here. All right, so opening eyes, if you had them closed, we're going to bend the knees here. Maybe pick up the pelvis one more time, and we're going to move it over to the right an inch or two, and then set the pelvis down. Cross the right knee over the top of the left. Knees are stacked. Arms might be outstretched from the shoulders, palms face down. With control, using your core for control, we're gently going to allow that whole leg complex to move over to the left. Maybe that right foot as a kickstand or a break. Be open to the notion that the stretch your body is asking for isn't at the end range. That it might be somewhere in the middle there. If your right knee makes it all the way to the mat, great. If it doesn't, no problem. You could make a fist with your left hand, and you could rest your right knee on top of that fist. If you have your like a rolled towel or a block or a book, you could also put that under this right knee. See if you can really let go through that right hip. And just notice the quality of your breath, even as you set the intention to just let go. What does your body want to do? How does it respond to that? If you'd like to deepen the twist, you could bend your right arm to a cactus arm, so to a 90-degree angle of that elbow, and turn your head just to look over toward your right elbow here. But our real awareness is in our back. And our real intention is, can we release and be with the stretch? Remembering that our breath and time our two greatest allies here. Okay, so we're going to come on out. So palms face down, and then we're going to find our pelvic brace and draw the belly in strongly as if that's what was going to lift our knees back up to center. Place the right foot on the mat, and then first I'm going to press into both feet, pick up my pelvis and find neutral and set it down. Then I'm going to pick up my pelvis again, move it over to the left an inch or two, set it down, pick up the left knee, cross it over the top of the right. Palms might be face down alongside the body, slowly, with control, this whole leg complex moving over to the right. Remember, I can use my left foot this time as a kickstand or maybe a brake to slow this movement. Remembering that this side might be looking for something different than the other. So be listening as you go. Right fist could be used as a block under the left knee here. Consciously relax through the left hip. If you experimented with this on the other side, you could bend the left elbow to 90 degrees and then gently turn the head to look over toward the left elbow here. Come back to your breath. Stay present with all of your body. Recognize that your body might be holding tension in this twist through your jaw or through your wrists or maybe your feet. Just notice if there's opportunities for you to relax and deepen the stretch. And to come out of the stretch, we're going to, arms might be alongside the body, palms face down. We draw the belly in to lift the knees up. Place both feet flat on the mat. Pick up the pelvis, bring it back to neutral. Gently release the pelvis down. You might draw the knees in toward the chest, maybe lifting the chin toward the knees, drawing the knees in strongly. And then we're going to gently find Savasana. So I am sending out an audio of Savasana. But our position of Savasana, I'd like to show you here, is knees extended, heels mat width apart, toes rolled out to the sides, arms alongside the body with the palms face up. And just sort of settling into that position. Come into your breath and see if you can let go just for a moment. Okay, so now gently opening the eyes, we're going to bend one knee and then the other and roll onto our side and press ourselves up. So normally I'd like you to take Savasana for at least 5 minutes, but like I said, that's a separate audio, and that will be included in this email, and then you could take that relaxation whenever you'd like. It's a wonderful gift to have that pause at the end of an asana practice. Swami Satchidananda referred to yoga nidra, that relaxation at the end, as the alchemy. That's where base metal is turned into gold. So I wish you all gold. So pausing for a moment here, just setting this intention that we all might have clear and loving thoughts, that we might have and share clear and loving communication, and that we might have and share clear and loving intention. See you guys next time.